What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of LW Automotive. So, working on a Q45 today. Gonna do plugs, we're gonna do a radiator, we're gonna do an oil change and throw a battery in. So, that's our little task today. I'm not taking much off this one, but decided to help the man out. Real good dude, so let's get started. Obviously, our battery is disconnected. Yeah. So, first thing we're going to do is start pulling the injector or the ignition coil harness. Okay. Okay. This is a V8 too, so we're going to have to pull them all. I want to kick on the light, but I kind of decided against it to save my battery, even though I got a spare camera. Kind of one of those days. I just got back working on a Honda Odyssey. Diagnosed some pressure sensors, so I'm doing those tomorrow. Just got done running DoorDash too, so just making some ends right now, some gas money, doing my thing. So let's pull some ignition coils. So I'm just gonna reach up in here and break these loose. Not very tight, so as long as I can get in there with AC Delco, we'll see. That other side is the hardest part, so yeah, we need dropped a bolt in here. Yeah, hope y'all have been good. Hope things have been going well for you. Today has been, as you can see, kind of a gloomy day, but ain't bad. Just handling my biz. Let's pull that one. Okay. Kind of hard to squeeze things out here. A lot of people take certain things out, but my tools are a complete disaster right now. Snip the zip tie there. Grab a spark plug socket. Okay. NGKs, yeah. Got some gas on or something here, so we're gonna investigate that a little further here. This thing's a lot of buildup on. Seems like they got kind of hot. Can't see NGKs though, so slide another one in here. See if we can. No, we have to run a long one in there. After that one was in there a little while. This plug's got torched with something in here. It smells like gasoline, so I'm assuming it was run. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Yeah, so mount's got to come off of there too. Well, it's got a little bit of a split here. Very good. So, okay, let me pair that one too. Let's see where that's going. That one's popped out of somewhere, so there's Okay. That one needs to come up. Okay. Somebody got those other ones. Okay. I was just swamped, bro. I'm sorry. Just swamped like right now. It's been all insane. Okay. Other side's done. Where? You can see it really isn't hard on the V8. The V8 Nissan engine really isn't that bad. Doing this, it's just like whatever. It's not. As long as you know what to pull up. The thing that's nice is you don't have to pull the intake on that side to get the plugs out. So it really isn't too bad at all. But okay. Two. Okay. Three. Four. Okay. Put those four back in. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so plugs are done. These were spent. The filaments weren't bad, but you can tell the tips taking a beating. But I asked him about a head gasket issue. He said there's no head gasket issue. It's not burning. Those plugs look a little bit foul. Maybe it was running a little rich. I don't know, but this side's done. We just have to put an intake on it. So we've got that. I wanted to see where there is this part here. I'm not sure where it goes, but there is an empty slot here, so maybe it plugs into right there, I'm thinking. So there's a lot that's been going on here that I'm not too sure about, so let's get some stuff over. I like to pick things up, but it's still got stuff in it, so we're gonna drain. Somebody just put that in there. It looks like it's newer, but we can go through it. Okay. You can see that attaches to the fan right there. Okay. Move some mounts first. Just kind of get them out of the way. Okay. I gotta take off an upper hose. I'm gonna kind of get done with the upper and then move to the lower. But you can see this, it runs a certain way in here, so I'm going to disconnect some stuff. I haven't done one of these in a while. On a wiring loom, I don't think. So we can disconnect a lot of the fan from up top. I probably should have done the oil on it first, so I'm not laying in water, but whatever. Not really a big deal. Right now, I'm going to work my way through this here. Get this out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna pull that pipe and do that. Today's one of those days I've been trying to get through it, but this was kind of the bulk of what I had to do, so it's kind of my only job. Diagnostic earlier, going to repair it tomorrow, so it isn't such a bad deal. I just got done with my other podcast last night, like the cherry on top. So yeah, no tarps for me. So. Push pins. Push pins. Okay, pretty sure those are tranny lines. We're going to disconnect those. That sensor, we don't want to screw that up, and we might have to move it over, I think. Look, see what I got here. Well, okay. So there's the there's one. Get that one. It's gonna be real fun. I might have to use needle nose, long needle nose for that. But we're gonna go boom, boom. There should be a train, a freaking train down here somewhere, right there. Bring that. Drain it so we're not getting pissed on. I think it's mostly water. There we go. Go find some pliers. I'm just gonna dump this shit out. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's mixing at all, just water. So, I don't know. So, I need those. What I really need is to make sure I don't screw up the transmission lines. That's important. So we're gonna reach back down here. Okay. Grab our plug, stick it back in for now. I have an empty container. I'll just move that over. You know what? I might do it this way. We just talked about this on a podcast, but for the transmission lines, grabbing some spare hardware. Okay, there. A lot of times I just take this thing out and dump it. So we'll take this, a couple of these. We'll see which ones fit. So we're gonna stuff it in the line so it don't leak all over the place. It'll leak out of the transmission. Deal, okay? So I may have some heavy hands on this one, so I'm probably gonna do this where it's not facing down. I got any room maybe off the back pulley. I don't know if you guys can see Jack right now, but maybe that's better. So a little clampy poo. Pull it off. These lines are really old. They're brittle. I don't know where this dude got this car, but he just took off right away, so I'm able to talk. I don't talk around customers a lot, but so you got it loose to where you can get a trim tool behind it, and you can just pop it right off. But we're gonna try and put a, you'll see, a bolt in here so it doesn't leak. We're gonna try that. We're gonna go up, grab a clamp. Okay, just a little bit. We're gonna move this tub a little closer. See if we can get a trim tool back there. Okay, and pop it. You can get vacuum hose release pliers for these too, and it works pretty good. Yeah. So we're gonna use a bolt in the transmission line like that, so it doesn't leak very much. Yeah, it's like right by the camera, so how great. Okay, so we're good there. We got to do a lower line. Let's move this out of the way. Yeah, you can see it's still dripping, but it's dripping out of the radiator. So we're gonna do this one. I can do this probably one-handed. We'll see. What I'm really gonna start investing in is a GoPro, so I can just have it on my head and have magnetic cameras in the inside for spots you can't see, which make it a lot easier. So I'm working on that right now. They're expensive though. And plus finding one that can mount to your hat without slipping off. Like, I know a lot of the headlamps that are out there now have cameras and this and that. I saw one guy on YouTube that was using them. I was like, okay, let's see what he's got. And he didn't really mention what he had. Okay. That one's a pain in the ass, bro. So we're good. We got those out. Okay. So the entire bottom is damn near undone. If you look up here, the only thing that's really left, that piece right there, I'm going to disconnect. So I need a 10. You can take it off from here too, but it attaches the line to the fan. And we also have 2 bolts here. So let's take these bolts out first. These are 10 millimeters. Okay. I'm trying to take that out. That one's dripping like a sieve right now. That transmission fluid don't look too healthy either. So a lot of this. Okay. So we're disconnected. It'll. Oh, just got crap in my eye. Just from there. Looks like oil more than anything. That don't look good. So basically, hold on. Let's grab a 10. I probably could have used a 10 short, and that probably would have worked. But I'm gonna throw this in the car, bro. Yeah, today's been kind of interesting. But I ain't been keeping up with the news. I almost did a podcast on the news again. But I don't like talking on the world issues are too screwed up, bro. I've been like back and forth if I want to do that or not. I'm like, I don't want to have people bitching at me and stuff about this and that and getting political on my channel. It's just not something I'm interested in. But you know, everybody got their opinions on the news and what's going on. But it's one of them things. So, looking around at 12. Where's my 10 ratcheting, bro? I think that's it. Yep. So, I don't know. One thing I'm like, I don't really like about the news, that damn ballroom, homie. That shit don't make no sense. Ballroom don't make no sense to me. It's like, what are we doing here? Couldn't really figure that out. We're already going through the, tariffs and this and that. Why are we building a ballroom when we just charged a bunch of tariffs? Kind of slap in the face of some people. I'm like, I don't know about that. But I also don't know shit. So I don't know if we got stiffed on imports and exports. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just kind of look at it and I'm like, I don't know. I'm all about saving money. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, not making too much sense to me. Okay. Throw that 10 down. Yeah, there we go. It's not much of a leak underneath, but I gotta find the damn oil filter too. I think it's on that side, but I'm not sure. Oh, where's that branch? Thing pissing me off, bro. Come out. Yeah. Thank heaven for ratcheting wrenches, right? So I'm gonna do it by the book here. My tools are a mess, bro. What I should have been doing yesterday was going through my shit and getting things ready. I just didn't have any time. I was just so fucking busy. But okay, so I ran one out. Okay, this one here. Once again, I'm gonna say this for like the millionth time on my channel, though. Go and get long needle nose pliers and get long 90 degrees. It's so helpful, dude, when you're reaching in here for stuff. You're not in there with pliers gouging your hands and shit. Like, you have room. So I just undid it from right here. I'm just gonna bring this up through, okay, like that. But you can see we got to work around this. So where's my 10 millimeter at? Oh, there it is. Okay. Comes with this, we got a couple bolts on the side. This is gonna be a bit of a bitch to get out, I guess. Look down in there. There's another one that's not holding the fan shroud. I think it's holding the radiator to the AC condenser. So we're gonna get this out first. Run this one. Actually, that don't even go to the fan shroud. This one's going to, I believe, radiator to AC. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but let's see. All right. I'm gonna pull this back and shoot this. So we can just get it loose. Okay, it's out. Pain in the ass sticking in there. But okay. So So we can pull out this line here. What the fuck's going to it? Looks like transmission fluid. So it's gonna piss down there for a bit. You can see we got it undone here on that side and there. So the rest of it really is getting it separated from the radiator. So see what else is holding on.
Are you a mobile mechanic?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. You said you have a card or something, or?
I do, yeah. Give me just a second.
When you're done, it's fine. My help is down there with the Nissan Titan out front there. So
Yeah, I'll give you a knock and a card. You got something to work, something today, or?
at some point, yeah, the Nissan Titan's I think the fuel pump or something going on.
Okay.
And then I got a lot of
I'll take a look at it today and kind of diagnose it for you. So, all right. Transmission fluid for it, so that's gonna be one thing. He's gonna need at least some of it because we're dripping. But let's take a look and see where else we're attached here. Because this fan, it's disconnected here, but not up top. So it could be those hooks are hanging on. But you see how we're loose? So let's go back up. So it's loose everywhere but here. That's the thing. Those hooks, that could very well be, yeah, see how it sits underneath the radiator like that? So we're gonna try and bring it out like that, okay? Fold this hose over, I don't need that in the way. I might have to set y'all down. Set y'all down there. Maybe that's the most, yeah, I got a clip hanging on here, hold on. Zip tie. Okay, hands out. Okay, so you can see that radiator got torched, bro. Let's see kind of where else we're holding on, but you see the AC condenser still attached to it. So we need to detach the AC condenser to it and see kind of what's up. But mainly you can see it's running all the way down. So those bolts right there probably will hold that AC condenser in. So I run 10 millimeter, okay? Oh, no, it was this deep on it. Well, I didn't charge him very much. I gave him a good deal, a holiday special on it. And I already did a starter on his Kia and posted that one up. So a lot of people here, I'll give discounts if they have multiple cars. And okay, you know, like, we'll get you squared away. But let's see it's still attached in here. So where are we holding on? Okay, how is our AC condenser attached here, bro? You see how it clips in there. So there's probably a way to disconnect this here. I'm assuming. Let's go look at the other radiator. You see right here. It ain't got those mounts though. That bothered the shit out of me. But it looks like to me there's a way to pry them out. And that's what's holding it in. So them retaining clips, we're gonna need to save them. Hopefully it has those pinholes on the side. I don't think it does. If it doesn't, we're gonna have a free floating AC condenser, which ain't really something I like. But you see, I can like separate it. But I don't want to bust that AC condenser and get hit with Freon. That's the shitty part about doing these. When they're attached like that, damn, that thing is busted. There's a lot of shit in there. Whew. What I need is a long pick. But you see, I slid it down a bit, but I didn't get it out. There we go. Just gotta break it loose. So up and out. We need to pull it. Damn, that thing is bad. So we're gonna pull that sensor out. Throw the sensor in the new one. But yeah, bro, it's been a while for this one. So we're gonna try and clean up as much as we can. That one ain't gonna be fun going back in, but we're gonna do it. So throw my gum down there, whatever. Yeah, that was probably a weird angle. So okay, we got that out. So our next thing we're gonna do, I'm surprised I still got charged in this. I'm gonna turn my light off for a second. This dude's getting a screaming ass deal from me too, because I only charged this dude about 150 for plugs. I originally was just gonna do a radiator, and he needs a belt too. His belt is like shredding. Not good. But yeah, this is where we at. So we're gonna undo this. Okay, that's where our sensor is gonna go in. I didn't see that. I thought that was a second drain plug. I was like, oh hell no, we ain't messing with that. So that's for the sensor. Drain plug's right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, you see that, probably what, maybe a, I don't know, see if we can fit something on like a 19, shoot it. No, we're probably gonna need a wrench for it, to be honest, but maybe not. Hold on. See if we can shoot it. Okay, there we go. Now sensor looks good, O-ring looks good. Seen better days. I'm just gonna keep it where it's at. So we're gonna run this one in here. Okay, and impact. Not too much. You don't want to be cracking that damn thing because it's plastic. You don't want to be cracking that. So I'd probably, if it were me, I'd probably do like a thermostat, and I'd replace that belt. That belt looks like it's been there for a bit, but maybe a tension or two. That thing looks old. But the dude says he's gonna probably sell it. Something about paperwork issues. I don't know. Auctions. His auction car, I guess. So what do we got here? Let's run our radiator, and we're gonna get that thing clipped in, at least a couple of them in. So I'm gonna set y'all down like right here. I'm gonna avoid. Oh yeah, one last thing too. Before you put these in, so we're gonna take these caps off, and we need to impact these bolts in. So I keep these. These right here, I keep them. You may need them down the road, so keep them. But we're gonna see if a 19 fits it. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're in. On these is these bottom. I call them shoes, but so it's not rattling around down in there. Make sure you take it off your old radiator. So we got that. We'll pick this up and get it to a position where we've got the radiator in the shoes in the holes. Okay. So once you got them shoes in there, it'll sit where we can pull it back and throw clips in it. So I got it jammed in there, but you can see it's like, well, that ain't very practical for it, but it's gonna have to do. Like the radiator doesn't have them 4 slots for the mounts, so that's what those are for. It's like, okay, here we go, you know. So next, bruh, we're gonna have to go down. Yeah, we're gonna actually, I'm gonna click this shit in. So let's get, fuck yeah, those things are a fucking pain in the ass to get off too. I should take them off before I put them in. So we're gonna use screwdriver. Okay, remember, we keep those. I keep them just in case, so when you do a radiator job in the future, you can use them. It's really handy, to be honest, to have it. So I keep a lot of shit. I keep everything, bro. A lot of people are like, man, you keep way too much shit. I'm like, well, it's just how I am, I guess. I don't know, I fucking do that. So okay, so we're gonna put a fan in. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna run that after. So the sensor I'll run after, but the fan, okay, I'm gonna set y'all down again. Let me turn this light off. Try to save as much charge as I can. But before it goes back in, I'm gonna put this clamp back on so I'm not fighting it in there, okay? Okay, so got this. We're going down in there. All right. Okay, so this fan gotta drop a little more, okay? But I'm just gonna seat it for now. Okay, go underneath. Hope this shoe's coming back. I need to get paid. Something's jammed in here, okay? We're jammed somewhere. There we go. So you see it sit like that. So once it sits like that, we're gonna grab one of these bolts. Okay, we're gonna run one of these bolts. I'm gonna mount the bottom first. So I'm just like this, where I'll get the bottom mocked up like that. So I'll mock the bottom bolts. Yeah, these things are old too. Somebody put a replacement in the side. That's not the original bolt. So I run that first. So you see now we can click this into place. Things. Yeah, we're good. Okay, that's in place. This is I attach the hose, but I don't clamp it yet. Okay, I give it some room I can pull and really get it snug on there. But for right now, we're gonna get it to go like this. Okay, so let's pop this out. Alright, up and around, and just mock it, like just stick it in there for now. You don't need to be bolting stuff up yet. But if this starts to leak, you can reach it from down below, okay? So if you notice there's a leak of transmission fluid coming from here, you can run them even deeper in there. I just ran them with the impacts, so I ran them both sides. But if I have to, I can run them a little deeper and just disconnect the hoses again. So I usually use white tape on these, or you can use thread lock. You can use that type of thing. I think it already came with thread lock on it. I don't really know. But if it starts to leak, then I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up and do it. But until then, I'm going to run this kind of in here for right now and kind of get it out of the way. So, okay, we're mocked down below. I don't tighten these bolts yet. I tighten these bolts up when I'm ready to go. Come up top, okay? Now we're going to pull that. This is why I soft lock it, is so you can pull these hooks back up and over, and you can lock it in. So once you got that locked in like that, you can throw a couple of bolts in here to mock that together, okay? That's why I don't just shoot the thing together from the bottom. If you do that, you're going to have a problem trying to lift this and lock these hooks into place. And this is only for certain models, so you'll have like Hondas or Fords or this or that where they just bolt up and it's like whatever, okay? It is what it is, but you'll see, just mock them up by hand like that, okay? And you notice there's no bolt holes for that. So this AC condenser is halfway hooked up and mounted to it. There's no bolt mount that goes right through, so it's gonna be in there kind of free floating for a little bit. Is what it is, bro. Get the right radiator. This one's cheap, so I'm assuming it came probably from Amazon or something, where a lot of times they'll just sell a radiator and they don't have those drilled. So I mean, you could drill them yourself. Well, in this case, it's like, well, you really willing to risk drilling into that thing? I'm not. So a certain way. So it goes up, down, and below. Through here, okay, and in, okay. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, I need to mock in a couple of those bolts real quick. Here we got a 12mm, okay? We're gonna set it in that hole. I'm gonna kind of get that thing bolted in there a bit, okay? Other side too, put the 12 in. And you can do this after you get the fan fully mounted up. It's really up to you how you want to do it. I'm just doing it this way because this is reverse order of how I did it. So, okay. We got here. Oh, we got 12 sitting over here. That radiator's trash, bro. I think he said it was leaking. I think maybe it's got a head gasket issue, but he told me it's leaking from the top. It's been pouring out. There's a split in the top. And I'm like, all right, like. Okay, I'll just do it, man. I mean, whatever. Okay, so we got one side there. This side around this is gonna become a pain in the ass. But we're gonna shoot them, okay? That's how I'm playing today. A lot of times is how I play every day, but realistically, we're in, okay? I probably just broke that, whatever. Okay, so our 10 just fell out. Doing something a little more deep, something like that. Okay, 10mm. Let's mock up the top. Okay, top's mocked. Top's mocked, okay. I got this thing damn near in, bro, but a lot of it, what you need to know is don't go shooting it together on the bottom yet, or you're gonna have some problems at first. You'll be back down here undoing shit, trying to get it mocked back up because those hooks are tight. Just make sure you're tight, make sure you're square. When it comes down to this, we got to do some clamps down here. So all we need, what you can see here, all you really need down here is a pair of pliers. You know, shit's been wild out here, but you know, economically, I was talking about economics last night. It's like, you know, a lot of what I'm on right now is like trying to figure out why everything is the way it is right now. You know, everybody's up in arms about this or that, or you know, things are just messed up. Everybody's signing orders and treaty or whatever it is, and it's like, well, a lot of it I don't understand, bro. So I just seek to understand as much as I can, but I don't overstep my boundaries when it comes to opinions, you know, because realistically it's just how it is. I'm like that. Or people that ask me shit and I'm like, I don't know, bro, like, you know, what do you think about politically this? I'm like, I have no idea, bro. Politics are insane. I'm not saying politicians are insane, maybe they are, I don't know, but I'm more just that dude that I only speak on shit that I know, you know. But okay, we're tight. So that line's back in, okay. Comes to this here. I need a pair of pliers. Like that. I'm gonna grab a bite on this bolt head. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Okay. Up we go. Alright, we're in. Make sure that's pinched in here good. In there good, in there good. So we're gonna start using pliers down here. We'll start putting stuff back together, okay? So like right here. Yeah, mainly what I've been looking at right now, I don't know if y'all seen this, but that Mustang truck that came out, that thing looks tight. I don't know who done seen that or who came up with that shit, but yeah, that Mustang truck, that looks tight. I want one of those. I've been looking at them, I'm like, man, this thing's a badass. Be nice to have one. I'd run mobile out of that thing. That thing's tight. I like them. I'm like, so like Ford and stuff like that, a lot of people know, like, I don't really like certain Fords. Like the 5.4 I'm not a big fan of, but the 5 liter is really cool. I've always loved the 5 liter, like in the old Mustangs and the you know, they stick them in some of the trucks and stuff. I don't mind working on them. They're pretty easy. Don't bother me at all, bro. But there's some of them that I'm like, huh. They came out with this new Mustang truck. I've been itching to kind of work on one of those and see what that's all about. But yeah, we're good. We're gonna fire up and see if we have any leaks here in between the bung here, but I don't think we're going to. So yep, we didn't leak that much transmission fluid, but I'm probably gonna stick a little bit more back in and kind of see where I'm at. But okay, last part when it comes to the radiator here. Okay, we got our mounts. Okay, so mounts, you can see they go in. Oh, this one's upside down. Right home. Okay, so we got that in like that. I'm doing this one-handed, bro. It's weird, but we're just gonna shoot some bolts in and keep it steady. So we're set. I'm pretty sure I just put 2 short bolts somewhere, but yeah. So we're just gonna shoot them kind of at that point here. So let's just run it. It's gonna start raining soon. There's an atmospheric river that's been coming through this in my garage. Like, I took yesterday off from mechanic because it was so bad, but I went out and ran food instead. I'm like, I'm not passing my way on and making some money, so I ended up going out and doing that. I think I made like $100 bucks, $150 in one night. I actually did pretty good. I was just running around. I even bought myself a burrito on the way. I didn't really give a shit. I was like, whatever, you know, it's cool. Pay for my food, I don't care. So did that, and then it was late though. I think I worked until like 2 in the morning or something like that. So I stay up late a lot of times, and people who are drunk as shit, they get back from the bar, they're ordering food, bro. So yeah, I'm Johnny on the spot on that shit. I figured that out. But that's like busy time around here. Everybody get back from the bars. Everybody, this town, a lot of people go to the bars and they chill and stuff. I don't really go out and do that, mainly because I'm more focused on my grind. I'm not gonna say I'm not into going out. I don't mind going out, that type of thing. But here it's just like, it's so busy downtown. There's no freaking parking. It's just kind of one of them things. So all right, I got another clamp over here. But yeah, so I don't go out much here. When I lived in Portland, I went out a bit and would hit like some of the bars once in a while and do that, but it's not something I'm really interested in. I never really have been. I've always kind of been the dude that's interested in doing what I'm doing right now. So I've just kind of been a gearhead kind of my whole life, but I enjoy fishing. You know, salmon, steelhead. I used to catfish with with a couple friends back in my hometown, but I haven't talked to them in a long time. So out here, there's a lot of rivers, a lot of places to fish, but I don't know where I'm going. But I know, you know, okay, I'm going to be fishing this way, you know, running jigs or railroad spiking it, doing this, that. I know what I should be doing. I just don't have the time. But I don't know any of the spots because I see a bunch of people out here going here and here and here, and I'm like, I don't want to be combat fishing with people. So I kind of take a step back from it sometimes. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go out there, but not recently, bro. It's been just one thing after another. So the other thing, he's gonna have to get a replacement on that. That thing is busted. Like, he's probably gonna need a new intake hose for that shit. So I might be going to the yard because that's gonna throw an MAF code. I can guarantee you, because the mass airflow sensor is right there. It's gonna throw an MAF code. I can guarantee you. So radiator deep in here. We're good. Bolted. Got a clamp. Clamp on that side, good. We're done with that. We just got to put an air box back on. So yeah, that's gonna be, that thing is mangled, homie. Like, that thing is mangled. He's gonna have to get himself something. I might even see if I could duct tape it and try and do a, yeah, that thing is busted, bro. Fuck. I don't know if that thing's gonna work. And that piece goes in there too that was out. And there's no room to put tape over here, so that's not going to be pretty. It's going to read an MAF code. I'm pretty sure it's going to run a MAF code. Yeah, it's going to. but we'll see if it'll start. Hopefully it'll start. We'll see. But before I dump that was bad. I spared one of my bolts. Pulled it out the truck. I got a spark plug socket in here somewhere. It fell up in the subframe. That thing, oh, there it is right there. So that thing might be gone forever, bro. So we got that. I don't think I have any more sockets that are sitting in here, but we're gonna need to take, let me see if I can find that oil filter. I think it might be there. So we're gonna peel that thing off here in a second. Yeah, today's been kind of wild. This will be kind of a longer video, but it really isn't much of a how-to. If you guys want to learn how to do it, I mean, to be honest with you, like, some of my videos are just me talking and just whatever, like podcast style, and some of them are like how-to videos. So this one wasn't much of a how-to video. It's just me running through it. I haven't really seen much how-to videos on this radiator job online. I actually haven't even seen any forums on it, because that's one thing I'll do before I hit a job, is I'll look online and say, okay, did somebody do a video on this? And I might actually do like a podcast episode, but I also do a how-to video. So I might do 2 of them and drop 2 videos with the same content, so it's like a fast track through it. So people that want to learn how to do it, it's cool, but people are just here for podcasts, whatever, you know what I mean? So this might be the only video online of it being done. I don't know. So yeah, okay, so our radiator cap's sitting right up top, so we're gonna do a fill there. So let's hope he bought coolant. A nice looking car, bro. 5W, what's that? Antifreeze, okay. Yeah, Christmas is coming up though. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Eating good food, good people, good family, you know, good times. Hope y'all are doing good. Christmas is gonna be pretty wild. I know that Cyber Monday thing, man, that's crazy. I was looking online, like, man, you can get tools for cheap Cyber Monday. Like, dirt cheap. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm buying me some tools, bro. That's cool. Alright. But you look online, and like some of them, it's like, wow, like freaking 60% off on some of these tools, man. You get screwdrivers for cheap. Amazon, bro. Amazon got some crazy Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. Saw that, I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I'm hopping on that bandwagon soon. I didn't buy nothing this year, but I just saw the deals and I was like, sheesh, I could have gotten hella tools out of that for cheap. But one thing I'm gonna do down here, by the way, is make sure that this is tight like that, so we're good. Don't need that coming right out. Let's waste a bunch of antifreeze. So okay, those bushings don't look too it's the problem when a car sits like this, bro. The elements just do it, so you know, you got constantly trying to figure it out. But I might have to add to it while it's running, I think, and burp it. So for now, let's put a cap back on this thing. Yeah, so let's pull, since we got this done here, I'm gonna drain some oil and let's pull a filter. So hopefully that dude's coming back, man. Like, you leave me out here not to get paid, bro. What's up with that? I always kind of get skittish about that because it's happened to me before. Someone takes off and you're like, hold up, look, I need to get cashed out for that. But okay, so where's okay, we're gonna go down here. This thing's gonna be hopefully sitting pretty. We'll see kind of what else the thing needs, but kind of look down. Oh, what's that? A 16, so we're a little shy. See, it's 14. I think it's 14, bro. Yep. How much you want to bet this oil is like way old? How much you want to bet, huh? There we go. There ain't much in that thing, damn. What's up with that? I thought I was gonna get the Whoa Nelly out of there. I ain't get shit. That don't look too pretty. Yeah, it's old. Shit's been in there a while, so yeah. Let's I need my bag. I guarantee that oil filter's been on there since 1852. Grab my gator grips, bro. Gator grips. But yeah, it's lately it's been like, okay, things have been popping for me, but I've also had this problem here with where I'm at. Now check this out. I got this dude that's been working mobile mechanic here that every time I post an ad, he's been like Johnny on the spot pushing me down the list. And I've been trying to figure out how to deal with that. You know, everybody's got to eat and everything, but it's like every time I post something, the dude's on me. Like he's like posting right over me, and it's like, like, you know, I understand it's the holidays and shit, but you know, like out of respect, like everybody needs to work. You shouldn't be trying to. I mean, it's competition, bro. I get it. You know, it's people have to have competition, and I think it's healthy. But I'm also like, cut me a little slack here, bro. Like, what are y'all doing? Okay, so I need to go. Let's shove this down. I'm gonna see if I can grab it. Oh, it's one of those, bro. It's been in since 1852. Yeah, it's like Valvoline's first filter. Like, oh yeah, bro, you crazy. This thing has been in there a bit, but I'm just playing around. Let me kicking over antifreeze, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna try and center this really quick. It seems like it's pouring, but that oil was like old, homie. So yeah, let's let that spill for a bit. But yeah, this dude's been like shooting ads over me, and it's like I'll put a $5 ad up, and this dude runs like $200 in ads, and it's like, well, I understand, like maybe he's just, you know, maybe he's just smart, playing smart with it, you know, he's probably smarter than me with marketing, but I don't do that to people. So when people do that, it's like I think there's a certain respect for the game where you're like, okay, you know, like other people have to eat, you know, maybe I'm just too lighthearted about it, and everybody else is very like cutthroat about like business and that, but I'm lighthearted about certain things. Like, yeah, dude's got to eat. He's probably, I don't know if he's got a family or not. He did say he was like from Texas or something, and he's like working here, and I'm like, well, he might be one of those, like I told you guys a while ago, that people will drift through the town and like not necessarily screw people, but it happened last time where a bunch of people screwed people on money and then dipped. So I've noticed that with certain people, that they get screwing people over, and it's like, well, I don't really know what to say about that. I don't screw nobody over when it comes to mechanic, bro. I'm one of those, I'm a straight shooter with it. I don't like causing problems for people, man. People got enough problems in the world, you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, well, okay, I'm just trying to do right. And you know, it's like, did it make me mad at first when I saw that? I was like, yeah, well, I mean, it was $5, and I'll let him waste like $200, and then I'll just throw another $5 ad up. So I mean, he's playing checkers with me right now, and I'm like, I don't really know, I'm not even really doing anything, just trying to stay up. I'm like, all you have to do is post one ad. You know, if I can't take a job, I'll shoot it your way. You know, I did that with a brake dude, a dude that did brakes here. I need some of that oil. I did that with a dude that did brakes here, where he would need work, and I was already doing something like alternators or starters or whatever, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll pitch you something or whatever, it's cool. He dipped though. I mean, he just left. I don't know what's up with that, but maybe he found out the town's fucked up. I don't really know. So he seemed like a cool dude though, but he was like traveling from like Arizona to here to there, and it was like, geez, dude, like, the guy was just really busy. So he seemed like he had most of his business out out of state, but he was here for some reason. I don't know. I've noticed that a lot of some people just show up. You're like, okay. Yeah, keep this. Yeah, this thing is thick, bro. It's been a while. It ain't mixing, so I don't think it's a head. It's not mixing fluids, so I think that maybe those plugs were bad, bro. Like, this thing hasn't been serviced in a long time. So it was an auction car that the dude picked up. So it's like, okay, you know, it's seen better days, but it's like, let's try to tighten that a little more. I'm one of those dudes that will gator grip your freaking filter on. I'm not tight, bro. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about that, though. People that are posting ads over me doing that, it's like, well, that's one of the reasons why I'm leaving, is because there's too much competition here. But it's almost like I'll hit a dry season and like 300 people post that from Mobile Mechanic, and it's like the rest of the year it's just good. So I'm thinking about just doing like the winter months out at the coastline, and then, which is dangerous because of the snow and ice and this and that. But you know, I got the Jeep, I'm rolling solid 4 drive, chains and all that, but I'm weighted down in the back, enough damn tools. But the work here, bro, like there's work here, and then it's like it'll die off, and everybody and their dog and their mom is doing Mobile Mechanic. Like, everybody's out there, and I'm like, you know, and I wonder, I'm like, well, are you guys showing up with a van, like a work rig? And it's like, a lot of people told me they just show up with a Honda Civic with a tool bag, and I'm like, you know, I got this, you know, shoddy jack. Or some people will go out and they'll work, but if it's brakes or if it's anything to lift the car, they won't touch it. But if it's like spark plugs and this and that, they'll do spark plugs, but they don't do oil, they don't do any of that, nothing under if you have to pick up the car. And I'm like, so people are selective and picky and choosy with it. But the problem is that those jobs that I really need, the people are taking it to the shop because they're calling 50 people and they won't pick the car up because they don't have a jack. And you're like, so I'm way down the list and nobody thinks to call me, and instead they take it to the shop. And I'm like, I just got my entire chances blown at a really good paycheck because a bunch of people went up there with Home Depot bags and no jacks and Honda Civics and decided to go and run, which I'm not against that. I was at a point where I had a shitty jack and I had this and that, but I don't really know what to say about that, because it's like everybody needs to make their money. I get it, but maybe I just need to have maybe another year under me here where people know, where they're like, okay, we just call this dude, like it's cool. I don't really know. Portland was a little different for me, where I was like, oh, okay, like things were easier. To a certain extent, they were easier. Like, it seemed like there's a lot of competition for Mobile Mechanic in Portland. There's a lot, bro. Like, there's a lot of mechanics there that will run mobile, so it's really hard to get a good customer base there, because everybody's, you know, fighting for the dollar there, and you're like, like, it's just, that was one reason why I came here, because I ran it in Portland not too long ago, and it was before I came up with LW Automotive. I was just running as just a regular old dude with no business, and I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go all in and do it the way I want to do it. And I had it running as a business up north with another person, where I kind of shared. I gave the guy the idea a long time ago, and then we started running and doing stuff, and then I wanted to do my own thing, because it was just like being under somebody else's thumb. It wasn't something I was interested in. So doing what I'm doing now, I'm a lot happier, bro. So what I did before this, because I've always been a mechanic, I've always been under cars, I've always done this, okay? But I had a side career that was in healthcare. And I will tell you that one thing I would advise the people I know, I might catch some shit for. If you used to know me in healthcare, don't even comment. I don't even want to hear from you again, because they treated me like absolute shit. And I was good at what I did. I worked ER, I worked ICU, and I got treated like shit there. And I got basically scuffed dirt in my eyes on the way out. And I was like, oh yeah, like I put in a lot of time. I opened up cardiac stress labs. Like I did bronchoscopies with people. I was assisting in surgeries. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I got treated like trash. So for me, I was like, oh, you know, I can't really do that anymore. I'm gonna snap, bro. Like I can't handle it anymore. And it wasn't the pressure of it. Like I saw people die every day. It was just how it was. ICU. Hey, there's a cat, bro. Come here, Skeety. I saw people die every day, and it was like, okay, I got used to it. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, I don't really know what to say. But I just got tired of it. You know what I mean? So come here. Meow. Meow. What you doing, sweetie? Give you little pets, huh? Oh, you're pretty. Look like a reverse tortoiseshell or something. You say hello? Okay, I gotta get back to work. Animals, bro, they show up. I'm telling you, I got a thing with cats. But a lot of what you'll see with healthcare is that I was treated like absolute shit. So if you decide to go into healthcare and go into nursing and go in this, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever, like, you need to be prepared that you're gonna put in your all and you're gonna get treated like shit by your peers, okay? And that happened to me, and I was like, oh, okay, like, I thought I was a valuable asset to a team. And every place that I left, right when I left, people would just start talking like mad. And it's like, y'all need to stay in your lane. What happens if I get my job back there and y'all have to eat that? You know what I mean? So people didn't like me because I said I was cocky and I was arrogant. But what really was is I wasn't into the whole buddy friendship shit. You know, seeing nurses and people in healthcare that do that, they're buddy and everybody's buddy. I ain't there for buddy. These people's lives are at stake. So that's where I was with it, and people, they didn't vibe with me because I didn't believe in the buddy. Let's go to the bar and everybody's going to a party and this and that. Like, I don't really give a shit. Okay, like, I'm there for, you know, take care of these people and get paid and do what I have to do. You know what I mean? And thrive in my craft. And so I had people that, like, there's people in upper management that were like that, and I was like, I can't handle that shit. You guys all buddy fucked up. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. People aren't even there to save lives. Y'all are just there to collect your paycheck and go home. It's like, there's a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, you're in healthcare, like, you're in an important sector. And people were just really weird about it. Where they didn't like me because I didn't go to no after party. I didn't go to this. I'd go to the bar once in a while with peers when I first started, but after that I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I saw how dynamics played and people started dating in healthcare and doing that, and I just wasn't a fan of it. I dated one time in healthcare and it was the biggest regret I ever had. Woman fucked my whole life up. And it was my first job that I had, and that's where the paternity fraud and all that stuff came in. So it's like, okay, you know, parental alienation, this and that. So I learned my lesson with that, and I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that shit again. So it is what it is. But if you're thinking about going into healthcare, okay, and this is something that I've told people, is if you go into healthcare, don't go into allied health. Well, there's some that I'm sure that are good, that are, as long as you're not hanging out with people. But I always told people, if you're going to go into healthcare, you should go to be a doctor. It says, if I wouldn't have gotten fucked over, I probably would have kept doing mechanic, because I ran my own business on the side while I was doing it. So I did the same thing. I was running mobile. But I tell people, I'm like, if you're going to go and do medical, don't go for nursing and don't go for this. Maybe nurse practitioner or something like that, or a physician's assistant, or just go to be a doctor. Like, just go all the way. Don't stop at like nursing and this and that, because you'll get caught up in the dynamics and the wash up and this and that. And there was a bunch of nurses that I knew that weren't into that whole dynamic shit. Like, they were just very in tune with their craft, and nobody liked them. I got along with them fine. There was a dude, I can't remember this dude's name, but he was a hell of a good nurse, and he ended up going into nurse practitioning and did like arterial lines and this and that, and like he like specialized in some shit. And I was like, oh, this dude, like, he knew what he was doing, but he wasn't one to just go and talk a bunch of shit. Another cat, bro. A black one. Hey, Skitty. Another one, bro. I don't know. A bunch of cats over here. A bunch of cats, bro. I don't know, gravitating towards me or something. But this neighborhood probably has a bunch of them. It's the grocery store is like right around the corner from here, so you see it. Oh, okay. This is like the boons of the town. I don't know, but pour some more of this in. But there was another nurse that was an older lady that I worked with that was like a mom to me, and her name was Kay, and that was one of the only people I really vibed with a lot, because she wasn't the one to go around and start talking about people. She was one of those that was very in tune with her job and her craft and didn't take shit. And I appreciated that, because I didn't have to deal with, you know, the talking behind my back and this and that. I always knew that she was straight with me. To this day, I know that. So it's like, everything's cool. But you'll just see, like, within healthcare, like, I'm sure that once this comes out, or music or books or whatever, people are probably going to come to me and tell me, hey, we really want you to come back and this and that. And I hate to say it, you know, but you can fuck yourself. And it's because of 10 years of getting treated like shit and being discredited about certain things, where I would, you know, try and give an input. Oh, you're just a respiratory therapist, like you don't know what's going on. And it's like, oh, okay, well, fuck you too. So they don't listen to you. There was a thing about like men and women, like misandry a little bit, like that I noticed, like that it was just kind of weird. I just didn't really vibe with it very much, so I got the fuck out of there, man. And I didn't get out of there voluntarily. I got garnished out of my license, and it was right through the pandemic, through COVID, where I got garnished out. And I got basically fired for not having a credential that I didn't even need. It was to work with babies, and I don't work with babies. I do adults, ICU, that type of thing. Like, it was pretty fucked up. So I don't fuck around with that shit anymore. I'm not wanting to do medical anymore. I just don't give a fuck. So people that are like, oh, you know, you should come back, like you can eat shit, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. I'm happy where I'm at, bro. So some people are like, well, you're out in the rain and you're doing this. Well, what the fuck do you think I was doing on my days off? You fucking around with the chick that I was dating? Yeah, that's one thing. But what was I doing on my days off? I was wrenching, dude. I was doing what I wanted to do. And so I kind of came to a point where I was like, well, who the fuck wants to go out there and get treated like shit every single day you're working? You know what I mean? Who wants to do that? I ain't fucking doing that anymore. You eat shit. So I enjoy helping people out that need it. You know what I mean? So that's just now. I just don't fuck around with the healthcare shit anymore. And a lot of people I've talked to about it, they're like, yeah, well, I don't blame you, dude. Like, if you treat somebody like shit for long enough, yeah, they don't want to come back. And, you know, I don't even think anybody wants me back anyway. Why? Well, they probably thought I was some asshole. And it was like, really, I was probably the nicest motherfucker I could possibly be to people. I was very accommodating. And I was treated like shit. But, you know, there were certain hospitals that didn't do that. But there was also some hospitals that did. And I was like, oh, I don't like that shit. You know, people that were automatically like, they think you're a good-looking guy and they call you fucking Casanova, and it's like, I'm here for a different reason, okay? Like, I get it, like, motherfuckers have their opinions and shit, but keep it to yourself, bro. That's not something I'm interested in, is other people's opinions. We got lives at stake and shit. People fucking around. It just wasn't my thing. It just wasn't my thing. So yeah, 10 years of that shit that I went through, and I wasn't happy at all, bro. I was not happy at all. These fucking push pins are torched, bro. They're torched. I'm gonna have to get new push pins for it. I got some in the car. So yeah, let's get some new push pins. But yeah, it was hell, bro. Like, I worked night shift for like, I think 8 of those 10. I fucking hated it, bro. I was up all night. Bitch from the hospital I was dating was fucking people, and you know, during the day it was like, you know, sleeping around in my own bed, my own apartment. Like, that's the thing I noticed about healthcare, is people sleep around, and it's like right under people's noses where they're sleeping together, and you're like, I'm not cool with that shit. So that just wasn't my thing. Like, you could go back to healthcare and you're asleep with that dude, no, that motherfucker, he different, cut from a cloth, bro. I don't fuck around. So I took my job seriously, and I think a lot of people took that a certain type of way. Like, you know, we don't like this dude because he's not in the in group, and it's like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm not here for you. So, but I enjoyed working with certain people. There were certain people I enjoyed working with because I knew everything was gonna go smooth. I wasn't worried about somebody dying on me or something, you know, because of somebody not doing their fucking job. So, there we go. Got one in. But there's certain people I really enjoyed having around, you know what I mean? So it was cool. Like that nurse named Kay, she's a fucking sweetheart, bro. I love that woman. I don't talk to her now because, you know, we're in different worlds now. Maybe one day catch up and grab coffee with her, but she's a sweetheart and probably the smartest damn nurse I ever saw in my life. She's freaking smart, bro. Like, I'm not playing. Like, probably one of the smartest nurses I ever met. And I think she was an old cardiac nurse. Like, I'm not saying old like age, bro. Like, she was just a sweet woman. But she was, well, I mean, I mean more of an experienced cardiac nurse. Like she had a lot of time under her, and I would learn something new from the woman every day, which wasn't something that happened a lot for me, because everybody was playing buddy buddy and just trying to get through a shift. You know, that sometimes she would just say something and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, you know what I mean? So I learned something from her, and so I had a lot of respect for that woman. I still do. Freaking cool chick too. She was like a mom, dude. That's kind of how she was to a lot of people there. She was like a mom to people, and so people looked up to her a lot. And a lot of it was that she would teach people. She wouldn't get angry. So, and I might be getting off topic here, you know, talking about stuff that's old news, but I think she deserves her credit from my end. That woman was smart, bro. I had a hell of a lot of respect for her. I still do. Sweet woman too. So I don't know, I'm looking right now, I'm trying to find where my bolts at. Oh my jeez, I just got torched under there, but we got new clips thrown in there. I got spares on, but I enjoy what I'm doing now. So a lot of people might say like, oh, you know, how do you feel about it? And it's like, well, I'm just done with doing what I was doing. I'm a lot happier now.